Love music, love talk, love Wycombe Sound.
Monday Movies on Wycombe Sound 106.6 FM.
It's called Pepsi Cola.
Oh, I'm glad I've started recording.
Coke.
Sorry?
Coke is Coca-Cola.
Right.
In a bar, if you ask for Coke, what are you going to get? You're not going to get a Pepsi.
You might do, but they have to tell you now. Before they didn't have to.
But
Up until a few years ago, if you asked for a Coke in a bar and they only stocked Pepsi, they could just give you Pepsi. Okay. But now, if you go into a bar and say, "Can I have a Coke?" they have to say, "It's Pepsi." Is that okay?
Okay, but if you went into a bar and said, "Can I have a Coke?" they'll give you a Coke. They won't automatically give you Pepsi.
No, but they used to, if they only had Pepsi.
Yeah,
because they won't. Bars don't stock both.
Well, okay, fine, but most places I've been to, they've had Coke.
But if you okay.
Sorry, I was just talking to the people watching this while you two were arguing.
We're not arguing. I'm just making a point.
You're saying that you're right and Toby's wrong.
Sorry?
You're being your normal. I'm right, Toby. You're wrong.
No. This is all that's in our fridge. So if I say, "Can I have a Coke?" he's not going to come in here and say, "We don't have any Coke. I've only got Pepsi." He's going to bring me a Pepsi.
He might do.
God.
Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to the Monday Movies podcast.
Please cut all that out.
No, both audibly and visually this week. Yay!
Oh, I've lost my hand. Look.
Oh dear. Some say that's better. So yes, you can watch us this week because we do live streaming now. Hi. It's cool.
It's because Luke has very little to do during the day and he has to arrange these things.
Which means I can set up things like this.
Yeah, Toby's frozen.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, You're frozen.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, he's back.
He's back in the room.
He's back in the room.
Okay.
What's coming up on the show today?
So I think I need to switch the light on because my face is getting very washed out.
Leave it off.
Hello, welcome to the Monday Movies podcast on week commencing the 20th of April. Lockdown week 5.
This is Monday No Movies week 5.
Yeah, it is.
How are we doing?
I'm all right. Little stir crazy.
Toby, you look a bit orange.
Yeah. I was a bit orange, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the background literally went over me.
It's a foreground.
Foreground.
Duncan, you broke a lawnmower this week.
I broke last week. Broke the lawnmower. Yeah, run over the cord. Got a new one yesterday, last night, about 10 o'clock. It was delivered by Argos.
Okay.
Pretty strange. I don't know why this is funny to you, Toby. This is what people do.
No.
And I mowed the lawn today with my new lawnmower, and it's fabulous.
And nearly broke it again.
Almost
How
ran over the
can
cord.
you go over the cord?
What do you mean, how?
That's what I
said.
said.
The cord's on the floor, and you mow over the top of it.
Yeah, but you just the cord's there. I'm not going to go over.
I was going backwards, and I forgot to move it out. For goodness sake, Toby, you're very argumentative today. What is wrong with you?
Toby, a little question for you.
Frustration of isolation.
Oh, Frustration of Isolation. Is that your new album? Is that your next
That's a
album?
good title for an album.
That's a great one.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Write it down. Toby, have you got a sit-on lawnmower?
No.
No?
No.
Do you know what my favourite part of last week's podcast was? The inclusion of your father.
Oh, which reminds me, how was the crab
Oh,
linguine?
yes. How was the crab linguine?
Because you sent us a picture and it looked delicious.
It did.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was very good. Yeah,
it
was good.
What have you got tonight for dinner?
I've just eaten it. It was just fish and salad.
Very nice.
Just fish. What he means was it was a whole perch.
No.
Boiled in a vodka bisque.
Oh, nice.
No, you've got vegetable curry.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I had leftovers.
Again.
Always on a Monday. Always on a
Always
Monday.
on a Monday.
Always
on a Monday.
on a Monday. Coming up on the show tonight.
Coming up on the show tonight, box office top 10, all-time top 10, the UK DVD and streaming chart, what we've been watching, and release dates for films that may come to the cinema in the future or may just hang around for years to come.
Great. Sounds good.
Yeah. Who knows the next time we'll be in a cinema?
Next year, possibly.
Which for you is probably normal. But
Yeah,
for me...
But probably end of this year, realistically.
It's very sad. It's very sad.
Shall we get on with the show?
Luke, sorry, Toby, off you go.
Duncan, I want you to fall down the river while Toby's doing this.
You want me to fall down? Okay, I can.
Yeah. Off you go, Toby.
Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
It's 7:00 on a Monday night. It's time for another one of these.
Monday Movies on Wycombe Sound 106.6 FM.
Yes, it's another lockdown Monday Movies. I'm Duncan Strip. Joining me, Luke and Toby.
Hello.
Hello.
How are we?
Good, thank you.
Yeah,
How are you?
Very well, thank you. Luckily, we're all looking smart today because, Luke, tell us the exciting news.
We are live on Facebook and YouTube. But Duncan, you need to do very exciting because the cameras aren't on yet. So when you say go, the cameras will be switched on.
Okay.
Just say it right at the end.
Go.
We're now live. Hello.
Hello.
Well, not on my YouTube.
No, well, it'll be delayed on yours. It's the internet. You know, it works.
Okay, good. So you can watch us as well as listen to us. I mean, what more do you want?
Where are you?
Just when you thought being trapped inside your house couldn't get any worse.
Here we are.
Where am I? I am relaxing by one of the fjords in Iceland.
Nice. That's very nice.
Lovely. Yeah. You two look like you're just in your boring old bedrooms.
Well, that's because we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and we are live now on YouTube. I've just seen myself in 2 or 3 different places, and it's quite scary. So we'll get rid of that. Anyway, welcome to Monday Movies. How is lockdown treating you, gentlemen? All good?
It's really going quite quickly.
Is it?
Yeah.
You've done it longer than us, of course. This is your 6th week.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
you've no idea.
It's all merged into one. Really? The first one was sort of the first week was self-isolation, and now and then obviously it went into lockdown. So yeah.
And Toby, you, how's it going?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I think I'm kind of getting used to it now. I think so. And I think everyone else is. So I think it's just we obviously don't know when it's going to end. We don't. It's going to be at least another 2 weeks, so we will see. But yeah, for the time being, all the shows are going to be like this. And can I just say, thanks to our technical team, that would be Luke, Jonathan, Liam, because if we didn't say anything, you wouldn't know much of a difference. We've got all our jingles, we've got everything. I was listening to a national broadcaster, one of their podcasts, and it's a show with 3 people.
Right.
And they're doing it all from their individual homes like we are. And they apologised they couldn't do it live because of that. I don't know why not. And then they apologised because they couldn't have any of their jingles.
Hey.
So, but hit a jingle, Luke.
Oh, I wasn't ready at all.
There you go. We've got everything. On tonight's show, we'll take a look at all the changes to the theatrical release schedule. We've got the home entertainment chart for this week. Our retro chart will be the all-time UK box office top 10, which for probably the first time ever, Luke and Toby will have seen most of the films in the chart, which is good because it means I'll have to do less talking. In film news, we'll try and get through a Hollywood memo that was put online this week. The new director of Doctor Strange 2, and we'll react to the June photos that were put in Vanity Fair. And of course, we'll have what we've been watching.
Just because I feel like we need to explain because it's happening already. Do you want to do your magic trick?
Oh, yeah. For people watching, as you can see, no microphone. Microphone.
Just because your head was, as you were talking, your head was slightly being sort of removed.
Like that?
Yeah,
okay,
removed.
Sorry. But if you're listening to this just online or on FM, just log on and take a look. It's worth looking at. We're an attractive threesome.
Yeah, and your photo's really nice.
We're kind of like, I took that photo.
Yeah, it's very nice.
One of my own photos. Yeah, we're kind of like a very odd boy band. Well, actually, no. It's like you're a boy band and I'm your dad.
Okay, yeah, that's
I've interrupted your Zoom call.
Look at my lovely photos.
I know, but it's working well. Okay, shall we start with the new theatrical release dates?
Yes.
Okay, well, there's some more that have just been added. So we've all got the list, but some more have been added. So in August next year, so nothing really is being announced until, August this year. There are still 2 big films coming out in August, apparently. The remake of The Secret Garden and Wonder Woman 84. Now, I'm not sure if they will.
No, I think James Bond, which is November, isn't it?
Yes,
I
it's moved
think
to November. Yeah.
they have more of a chance.
Funnily enough, before this, and it's not on this list, Tenet, the new
Is
film.
that a documentary about David Tennant?
Christopher Nolan's new film. Not Tenant,
Oh,
Tenet.
sorry.
That is still scheduled for a July release.
Oh, okay.
Really?
But I can't see that happen.
No.
No.
Blythe Spirit is due on the 4th of September. I don't see any harm if that went straight to streaming, to be honest. But then also Dream Horse and A Quiet Place 2, which should have been out already. They've been moved to September.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. Well, I was waiting for that film, but no, I've got to wait even longer.
You've got to wait even longer, yes. Our Ladies, the Irish comedy, is on the 11th. I think there's a lot of these. For example, Blythe Spirit, Secret Garden, Dream Horse, Our Ladies, which might go straight to streaming because they're not the big blockbuster titles. So they could do. Candyman is now due on the 25th of September. Bond on the 12th of November. And of course, remember, Bond was the first film to change its release date all those months ago. And we poo-pooed there.
No, what do you mean? No, we were the first people to say that's such a good idea, Duncan. What are you talking about?
We said that's what were you thinking? What a ridiculous idea! But they knew what they were talking about. The new Pixar film Soul, it will be in November, but there's no release date. Peter Rabbit 2 is now December, and Top Gun Maverick, which was August, and they said they weren't going to move. They have now moved to Christmas Eve. No, the day before Christmas Eve. 23rd of December.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Then we move into 2021. Morbius, the Sony superhero film. Jared Leto, is in March. Ghostbusters Afterlife, 26th of March. And Fast and Furious 9, 2nd of April. And that was supposed to be May this year. So that moved a whole 12 months.
Okay.
Yeah, huge move. Minions 2 is now the 16th of July.
Yes. I'm kidding.
Why are you so excited about that film?
No, I'm joking.
Woohoo!
In addition to the list that we had, The Batman is now the 1st of October next year.
Is that the new? I'm guessing that's the new one.
Next year.
Yeah. So that's the Robert Pattinson Batman. The Batman.
Well, they're currently filming it, which is why they've had to stop it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Are they halfway through?
I don't even know if they were halfway through. I think they just done because they'd done the first bit of filming because they released him in the bat suit for the first time, and then there was they were driving around. I think it was Edinburgh, in the new Batmobile, and I think was it Glasgow? So they were the sort of the first bits. So I don't think they were very far in. Hence why it's now next year.
Yeah. Also next year, Uncharted, which as far as I'm aware hasn't finished filming either. That is now the 8th of October. Jungle Cruise is just scheduled for summer, so that could be any time.
Is that the one with The Rock?
That's the one with The Rock.
When was that meant to be coming out?
This year.
This year.
Right, okay.
This summer, so it's moved a year.
Just quickly going back to Uncharted, so I literally played this game recently.
I was going to say, is it based on the game?
I think so. I think so, but so I've played the 4th installment. I'm still playing it at the moment, but the storyline is absolutely incredible, and I mean, it's a film in itself when you play the game. So I can see why they're making it into a film. So I'm really looking forward to that now.
Okay, well, it stars Tom Holland, and it's been delayed quite a lot, so it's got another delay.
Talking of games, if you're watching this on Facebook, it says that we're currently playing a game. We're not.
We're not really.
No, it's just a weird feature.
There's an untitled Elvis film which is due for release on the 5th of November next year as well, and I presume that would be the Tom Hanks one directed by Baz Luhrmann, I would think. Okay. And that's obviously been delayed because Tom Hanks was one of the first celebrities to contract coronavirus, so that was put on hold. Into 2022, excuse me, Sing 2 is moved into 2022 in January. A Universal musical event film is now the 11th of March, which people believe is going to be Wicked.
Is that a live?
Right.
Is that just going to be them doing Wicked like Wizard of Oz? That made no sense at all.
It's going to be a version of Wicked as a film.
Right. That's what I tried to say. Yeah.
As a film.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then The Flash has been scheduled now for the 3rd of June 2022, and Shazam 2 has moved a whole year to the 4th of November 2022.
Wow.
So that's 2.5 years away.
I'm guessing that just means they haven't.
Jeez.
They hadn't started anything basically.
I think the Flash and Shazam 2, I think, were supposed to be filming now, so obviously they're going to be delayed until much later this year. So yeah, and also of course we know that Artemis Fowl, the big Disney film, is going straight to Disney Plus in June.
Yes, Disney were very happy about that. Weirdly,
I don't know. I don't know whether they think it was going to be a bomb for them,
right? Okay,
but they don't seem too fussed. But when asked about stuff like Mulan and Black Widow, they've said no, they will definitely have theatrical dates, and they will just keep pushing them back until they find a date. So, but it was mentioned in one of the news reports today that pubs and cinemas may be the last places to reopen.
Yeah,
which is sad.
Yes,
that is sad.
It's very sad. So that's your upcoming releases. But as for the next 3 months at least, there will be nothing showing at your local cinema. Sorry,
it's not good.
But should we take a look at the top 10 UK home entertainment chart?
Let's do that. This week's number 10, Charlie's Angels.
Very good. Much better than expected. Much better than the previous Drew Barrymore remake, which was about 10 or 15 years ago now, I think. This stars... I can never remember her name. The girl from Twilight. What was her name? Kristen Stewart.
That's the one.
That's it. This stars Kristen Stewart with Patrick Stewart, no relation, playing Charlie, and it's written and directed by Elizabeth Banks. And it's good fun, some good action sequences, and it's nice to see Kristen Stewart having a laugh.
A laugh.
Because you don't often see her having a laugh.
No, she doesn't normally smile a lot.
No, she's a bit serious and sullen.
Yeah.
She's letting her hair down, although she's got very short hair. So, figuratively, she's letting her hair down. Yeah. I've finished, by the way.
Okay, I was just making sure that you had finished. This week's number 9, Just Mercy.
I haven't seen it. This is another one that was rushed out. Sorry, what did you say?
Okay.
It's the
number 8. No,
the true story starring Jamie Foxx about the lawyer working with people on death row. It's supposed to be very good, but I haven't seen it. And it was rushed out onto home entertainment because it was only released a couple of months ago at cinemas.
This week's number 8. There we go. Spider-Man: Far, Far From Home, which is the second Spider-Man film.
Have neither of you seen this?
I think so.
Yes,
No, I've seen it.
Oh, carry on then.
In the MCU
Luke, you go.
universe. Thanks. And it's the very first film to pick up after Endgame, which I'm sure we'll talk about later, and deals with the world after Endgame and Tony Stark's sacrifice and how Spider-Man is reacting to it, and introduce a new character called
Mysterio.
Thank you, Mysterio, who
is played by Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, and plays some tricks, and that's all I shall say if you've not seen it. But I really enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it, but I preferred Homecoming, I think.
Yes.
I do like I know it's not an obvious origin story, but I do like. I preferred Homecoming, I think. But overall, it was a good film.
I think the problem with this film, not the problem, but it was coming off the back of Endgame, which was huge, and this had a lot to live up to, and I think it did well.
I liked it. As usual, Toby's wrong. It's not better than Homecoming. Sorry, it is better than Homecoming. It's a lot more fun, but Toby, it's fine. Next.
This week's number 7, Le Mans 66, or Ford versus Ferrari.
No, it's not.
I still need to see this.
It's Le Mans 66. The film about the rivalry between Ferrari and Ford in the 1966 when they both took part in Le Mans. It's very good. Matt Damon, Christian Bale. You don't have to have any interest in motorsports or motor racing or motor cars to enjoy it. I thought it was fabulous. No, I think it's a film that everyone will forget won an Oscar.
I forgot.
Exactly.
For editing?
Editing, yeah. It's really good.
I do really want to see this. It's It's on Amazon.
It's on everywhere.
Oh, is it?
It's on Sky. It's on Amazon. You can rent it everywhere.
It's on the moon. This week's number 6, Bloodshot.
This is Vin Diesel trying to start a superhero franchise like he did with Riddick and Pitch Black and failing miserably again. It's
high praise.
Do you know, the first 20 minutes isn't bad, and there's some decent laughs and some good action set pieces, but once it gets into its stride, it's just terrible. It's kind of like if someone with half the talent tried to make a Marvel film.
Right. Wow.
And failed. I know that's DC's job.
Yeah, I was going to say DC.
But yeah, it's just not very good. And after being quite funny at the start and seemed to be a little bit self-deprecating, Vin Diesel goes all serious halfway through. And yeah, it doesn't work.
I should say, if you agree or disagree with any of Duncan's comments, then send them in.
Oh yeah, please
you can comment live.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
This week's number 5 Trolls.
It's Trolls 2 World Tour,
yeah.
Which is out early on Premium VOD. Haven't seen it, but I'd imagine it's very much like the first Trolls.
I'm surprised it's not higher, if I'm honest. Because
it's $15.99 a rental, so that's probably
why. This week's
kids don't have much money.
No. And neither do the parents, probably. This week's number 4, Knives Out.
Brilliant Rian Johnson's film that he made after The Last Jedi, an old-fashioned Agatha Christie whodunit set in an old country house with a fantastic cast, including Don Johnson, Jamie Lee Curtis, Chris Pine, I want to say, or is it the other one? It's Captain America.
Oh,
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, sorry.
The wrong one.
It's really well written, really well acted. It's great fun.
Oh, we've had a comment. From Suzanne Lewington, I believe, saying how much for Trolls?
I think it's $15.99.
Yeah, it's one of the
just to rent it. Yeah,
for 48 hours.
Yeah, for 48 hours as well. It's quite a lot.
Yeah, you need to watch quite a few times to get your money's worth.
I'm surprised they've not done it for like at least 3 days. That's quite a lot of money.
I think we're missing the important thing about this. Someone's watching us.
Oh right, yeah. That's the
more important thing. Yeah. Keep going.
This week's number 3, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Good fun if you like Jim Carrey in full Jim Carrey mode. I didn't like the guy doing Sonic, but you have since told me, Luke, that he sounds just like Sonic is supposed to sound. So I can't complain. So if you're a Sonic the Hedgehog fan and a Jim Carrey fan, it's the one for you.
Very good. This week's number 2, careful what you say, Duncan, because don't forget, people are watching. Frozen 2.
It's okay. It's not as good as the first one. Just let it go, people.
Hey. Is that it? You're not going into a rant this week?
Nope,
no,
not at
all. He's on camera now.
He's on camera now. He's worried.
He won't say anything.
And this week's number 1 is Jumanji: The Next Level.
Well, we'll come back to this because I've seen it. I think you've seen it, haven't you, Toby? So we'll come back to this because surprisingly, and just because he's on camera this week, I suppose, Luke's watched a film.
Hey!
And it was the first Jumanji, and we don't know what he thought of it because he wouldn't tell us. So we will come back and discover what you thought of Jumanji later on in the show and what we thought of Jumanji: The Next Level. After the break, we're going to come back and take a look at the all-time UK box office top 10. Welcome back to Monday Movies. We are live until 8 o'clock, and you can see us in full Technicolor glory on YouTube and Facebook. Does it not? Really? Oh, that's no good then.
Sorry about that.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm going to change it back again.
Okay.
But we've had somebody get in touch disagreeing with me.
Yes, this is what
I'm not keen on, but go on.
This is what I like. Susanna Lewington has said, no, I disagree. Frozen 2 even has great songs and ties up loose ends from the first film. And when we first reviewed this film, that's pretty much what everyone was saying.
Who's that from, sorry?
Susanna Lewington.
Let it go, Susanna.
Hey! See what you've done there. Well done.
Okay, if you want to get in touch, though, you can email mondaymovies@wycombesound.org.uk. You go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Wixo Monday Movies, or you comment on the video or on YouTube.
Yeah,
let us know what you think of what we're talking about. Unless you disagree with us, in which case, jog on.
I was going to say, just to warn you, Duncan doesn't like being told that he's wrong, but we like to because it's quite fun.
We do like to.
Yeah.
I'm just so rarely wrong. It just rankles,
wow.
shall we say.
Wow.
Let's do... We were going to do the box office top, the all-time UK box office top 10, but let's do the film news because we've just done a top 10. So
okay, go on then.
What did we think of the pictures of Dune that were released on Vanity Fair this week? So in case people didn't know, Denis Villeneuve, the director of Arrival and Blade Runner, is making his new big screen version of Dune, which was previously made by David Lynch in the 1980s. Famously, not a very good film. but kind of a cult classic starring Sting and Kyle MacLachlan.
Well,
And the first pictures were shown this week.
firstly, they need to change their font because it's just a bit weird. It looks
Is
like
it because
it's
June
a film about
looks
you.
like Dunk?
Yeah,
yeah.
It's
Which
a
I loved.
biopic about Duncan.
I loved
Yeah.
it. It's called Dunk.
Is it about you?
No, it's not.
No?
It's afraid
Okay.
not, no. I think it looks great. I think it looks very.
I think it looks
atmospheric.
good.
It doesn't look quite as camp as the original, because the
Right.
original. If you haven't seen it, just Google a picture of Sting from June, where he basically wears a giant nappy for
Right.
the whole
Okay.
for the whole
Right.
film.
Okay.
But this one looks really good. The worrying thing is he's going to turn it into 2 films, but he's not filming them back to back, which means when this one comes out, the first one comes out.
Yeah.
And remember, Blade Runner 2049, which he made, which is a masterpiece, completely tanked and lost a shed load of money.
Yeah.
So if Dune Part 1 comes out and loses a shed load of money, he's not going to get the chance to make the second part. So you're going to end up with half a story, which is a shame.
You don't want half a story.
Because Arrival, Blade Runner 2049, 2 classics.
Yeah.
He hasn't put a foot wrong. What's this
Toby doesn't agree.
business?
No, I don't not like them. I just don't think they're as amazing as you think they are.
Okay, well, I think we know who's right, don't we?
Probably Toby.
Really? Probably Toby.
Yeah, probably Toby.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. I think it's got a great cast, but unfortunately, it won't make money, and we will never see the end of the story, which is a shame.
Unless he's listening to this, and he'll see this and go, "Oh, Duncan said that I should, make it into one."
I think he should have just said, "I need to film them both back to back,"
Right? Okay.
just to be sure that he gets them out there.
Fair enough.
I think we mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, but we'll say it again. Sam Raimi has been confirmed as the director of Doctor Strange 2.
Nice background.
And I've got my Doctor Strange background.
done.
Look at
Well
that.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Good idea. Happy
Yes.
with this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he's a good director. He did.
Did he do one of the other
Spider-Man
Spider?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, I think.
Yeah. Of the originals.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, 3 was a bit.
3 was a mess.
3 was a bit weird. Are you sure he directed 3?
No.
Oh. Okay.
But
Fair enough.
let's say yes. I'm absolutely sure that he directed.
Sure.
3.
Well, I mean, the first 2 were. I mean, growing up, they were my favourite films when I was a kid. So yeah, I really thought they were great superhero films, and I thought the cast was great with William Dafoe and James Franco, and so yeah, no, I really enjoyed them, and I think he's a good director. So hopefully this will be good. It'll be interesting to see if they stick to the Marvel kind of humour, which I think they will.
Not so much, because this has been billed as the first
Horror film, hasn't it?
horror
Yeah.
Marvel horror film as such.
Maybe not then.
But
I think
and
there'll
that is-
still be some humour in it, though.
and that's good because there will still be humour, but that's good because Sam Raimi made the Evil Dead films, which were
Right.
horror films
Yeah.
with a good sense of humour. So
Right.
yeah,
I think the thing with Marvel is that they're very good. We mentioned this about Star
they
Wars.
are very good. Aren't
They are very
Yeah.
good. No, we mentioned this with Star Wars last week. That maybe with the last 3 films, if they all were under the same director, they would have been better. Marvel are good at handing out films to different directors, and they all still work and feel like they're in the same universe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Should be good.
Good.
I think it's good. There was a memo that was released this week, an old memo.
Okay.
I don't know if it was released. Somebody just decided they were going to print it. Hopefully you read it. If not, I will read it to you.
Go on then.
It kind of goes to show why films end up as bad as they do sometimes. This is back from 1984. It was a memo from Sid Sheinberg, who was then the head of MCA, head of the studio. And he was sending it to Steven Spielberg, who was the producer of Back to the Future.
He was.
Excuse me. And he'd read the script for Back to the Future. And this was his memo to Steven Spielberg about his thoughts. He says, "Although I believe that the present draft of the script is terrific, and I marvel at the improvements that have been made from the Columbia version, I continue to believe the title leaves much to be desired. There are a number of reasons why I found the title less than wonderful, but my primary concern is that it appears to make the picture a genre picture. I think the script, and hopefully the film, deserves a better title. Now that I have buttered you up, I would suggest we consider the title. Now, can you think of anything that Back to the Future might have been called if it wasn't called Back to the Future?
Time travel?
Back in time.
Back in time, something to do with time travel. No, not according to the head of the studio at the time.
Oh, let me get. Hang on, was it going to be called like Marty and Doc or something?
No, he said, I would suggest we consider the title Spaceman from Pluto. Now, he had three suggestions. Underpinning these suggestions are the following thoughts. 1, modify the dialogue on page 35 so that Sherman calls Marty a spaceman from Pluto. Point 2, modify Marty's dialogue on page 77 so that he identifies himself as a spaceman from the planet Pluto instead of Darth Vader from Vulcan. And 3, change the title of the book written by George and referred to on page 130 from A Match Made in Space to, can you guess?
Spaceman from Pluto?
Yes.
Right, okay.
And he carries on and says, obviously you get the idea. I am sure there will be those who will argue that the movie will appeal to the audience to be a cheap, old-fashioned sci-fi flick. Nonsense. I think it's the kind of title that has heat, originality, and projects fun. So I think you can see from that why sometimes Hollywood movies end up in the mess that they're in.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't change it. Because
yes, so
could you imagine?
I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's what directors have to work, and they still have to work with people like that. They still have to work with people
like
giving
you.
them ridiculous ideas. Not like me.
No.
Why would? No.
Okay.
And it's because they all want their fingerprints all over it.
Yeah.
So when it's a big hit, Sid Sheinberg wanted to say, when a spaceman from Pluto became a huge hit, that was my idea. I changed the title from the stupid title it had before.
Right, okay. That's
quite fun, though.
It is quite fun. I mean, I think it's always interesting when you see internal memos that get released. I think, as long as
I've seen a few High Wycombe Sound memos about you. That
really?
Okay. We should read out at some time. Yeah, they're fabulous. And the final bit of news we had was the new trailer for Capone has been released.
Yes.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Well, you two should say something about it because you'll be completely the opposite to me.
Go on, Tobi.
Well, I know how you think about. I know how you your thoughts on Tom Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see what you think. But I think it looks quite good.
Yeah.
I think it.
No, really?
Yeah.
I think it looks terrible.
But is it because you don't like Tom Hardy?
I don't like Tom Hardy. I think he's a one-trick pony. He just looks like. His idea of looking angry is looking like there's a bad smell under his nose. And it's quite telling that in the trailer they use very little of his dialogue.
God, you've really got it in for him, haven't you?
Maybe they just don't want to give it away.
I just think he's not that great an actor.
I disagree. But...
Yeah, I would disagree as well.
And I think this looks very cheap and nasty. And it's directed by Josh Trank, whose last film, of course, was The Fantastic Four. So, he's hardly coming off a big hit. I just think it looks bad.
Personally. When's it released?
Probably in about 2039, probably.
No, because they're saying this is one that could go straight to streaming.
Oh, okay.
And the fact that the studio have said that it could go straight to streaming.
Straight to screaming.
Probably tells you what they think of it as well, to be honest.
Okay.
Because if they thought it was going to be a big box office hit, they would hang on to it. But
we will see when it is revealed.
I just don't think it looks very good. It's not very good.
No? Okay.
No. Okay. So we're going to count down now the all-time UK box office top 10 because we haven't got a theatrical box office top 10 to count down, and we won't have for a few months. I will read these ones out because basically you two can talk about them. I
think we should see how many of them are owned by Disney.
All of them but two, I think, at the moment. Yeah. Bear in mind, we've only got 8 minutes, so less than a minute on each. And bearing in mind, most of them are Marvel. So, Luke, try not to gush about each one individually.
Is David Tennant in any of these?
No. The number 10 most popular film at the UK box office is Black Panther.
Go on, Tobi.
It got a lot of hype, and I enjoyed it, but I think I read too much about it and heard too much about it, and my expectations were very, very high. So when I went to go and watch it, I didn't actually like it as much as I thought I would. However, overall, as a film, it's not bad. I learned too much about it before I went in. So.
Okay.
I can't believe it was 2018.
Is that your takeaway from this?
I know. I disagree with Toby. I thought it was very, very good. It was different, and I think it worked well. I know you didn't like it because it didn't. I can't remember what you said.
Me?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Did you? I thought you said you didn't like it because it wasn't.
No, I liked it.
Oh no, you liked it because it wasn't all in the universe. It was just Black Panther.
Yes, I liked it.
Yes,
but I didn't like it as much as you, but I liked it more than Toby.
Yes, that's correct.
I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle.
Number 9, Avengers: Age of Ultron, which, if I'm being honest,
Wow.
I can't remember much about.
No.
I can't.
This.
When did that come out?
2005 5 years ago.
Wow.
So this is well, it's obviously linked to the MCU films, obviously. But this is after Tony sees his, he has like a flash forward to how Endgame is going to finish, or how he thinks it's going to finish. So he creates an armor around the Earth, which is Project Ultron. But it all goes wrong, and one of them, he mixed the AI of Jarvis and Ultron, and it comes alive and tries to kill everybody.
But did you like it?
Yes, I haven't watched it in a long time, but I can't remember not liking it. I like most of the Marvel films.
Of course you did. Toby?
Toby's best opinion.
You can't remember it.
I mean, if I'm getting completely honest, I can't. The first Avengers and this one just kind of blend in together.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
From what I recall, I think I quite liked it.
I mean, there's quite a lot of points in this one that sort of get wrapped up in Endgame. So if you haven't seen that, spoiler. But Captain America tries and picks up Thor's hammer. He obviously does that in Endgame. Spoilers. But there's sort of bits that are picked up quite a lot in Ultron.
Okay. Avengers: Age of Ultron, number 9. At number 8, it's Furious 7, the 7th film in the Fast and Furious franchise, which is actually one of the better ones.
Yeah. Was this the one that unfortunately Paul Walker passed away?
I'm not sure. I want to say this was the one after. Oh no, this was the one with his last appearance. Yes.
Yeah.
So, and that's why this one was such a big hit. Yeah.
I did think this was, it was a bit of fun, and obviously it's the 7th installment, so it's, I think I knew exactly what the franchise is about, so I knew what I was in for, and I do remember this one. I mean, to be honest, they're all of them are a bit of fun, aren't they? And I do remember, and I
some
think
more fun than others.
Exactly. But I think the send off they did was really well. I thought I really was hesitant about how they're going to do it, but I think they really did really well. As the two cars drive down the road and then separate.
That is a very good scene. Yeah.
Yes. No, very good. Number 7 is Marvel's The Avengers, or as it's known here, Avengers Assemble.
Yes.
The first Avengers.
The first film that brought them all together. Obviously, at this point, you had seen Iron Man and Captain America and the Hulk, but not Mark Ruffalo. I don't think you'd seen anybody else. So this
no, I don't think so.
This introduces Black Widow, Hawkeye, and obviously Nick Fury, which I don't think he'd... Oh, no, he'd appeared in Iron Man.
He was in the first film, yeah.
Yeah, so this is sort of the first tie-in film, and when this first came out, I think everyone was a bit like, this isn't going to work. You can't have all of these characters in one film, and it works absolutely perfectly.
It does. And this is back when Joss Whedon was making the films, and everyone thought he was the bee's knees, and he's kind of gone by the wayside.
Yeah,
isn't he?
I think he's
made
doing
Age of Ultron, and I don't think Age of Ultron wasn't particularly well received.
He's doing more of the TV stuff because he does the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Does he still do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Him, his brother.
Yeah,
I think his brother has more to do with it. Yeah, Jed.
Yeah. Okay.
At number 6 is Jurassic World.
The first one.
The first of the new ones. Yes.
First of the new one, yes.
Which I thought was absolutely fantastic. Quote Toby.
I know, I really enjoyed it.
Yes. You haven't seen it, have you, Luke?
No, I don't think so.
No, it's a shame. Well, you should. It's really good.
I thought it was a really good, part of the new series. So,
yeah. What I liked was it took what happened in the first 3 about the theme park that had never opened and took it to its natural conclusion that there was a theme park, and it was working, and then it all goes wrong, which was good.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why the second one didn't work as well, because it was a bit dafter.
Yeah.
But this one was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Number 5, Avengers Infinity War.
So part 1 to the 11-year wrap-up, and features nearly every single character that you had seen up to this point, and I think it works really well. You're right there, Duncan. I think it works really well, and I think they set up Endgame and the storyline extremely well. I don't think they could have changed anything in that film or Endgame. No. Toby, what did you think of it?
I think I prefer, even though they're like the same film, they're part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
I preferred this one to the conclusion. I think
Once again,
you're wrong.
Toby, you're completely wrong.
Yeah.
But you're entitled to your opinion, as wrong as it is.
And actually, it's a year ago since we started doing podcast extras. And Endgame came out a year ago today, I think, or around a year ago, and you said exactly that, but you are wrong.
Yeah, you are completely wrong.
You are completely wrong.
Just accept the fact, Toby, you're wrong. And number 4 is Star Wars A New Hope. Oh, no, it's not. It's The Force Awakens, but spot the difference.
I think this is so obvious about what we've been saying over the last couple of weeks, that this one is probably the best out of the 3, and
Agreed.
that they should have just kept JJ as the director. This one had a lot of hype behind it, which helped it. Star Wars, The Hype Awakening.
Yes, but JJ made the last one, remember?
But he wasn't going to.
And that wasn't great.
No, but I think if JJ had done all of them, then it would have worked better, I think.
I think it would have been the law of diminishing returns.
Do you think?
Yes.
I think if JJ...
Ryan Johnson make the last one.
No, okay.
I'm not sure
Because
about that.
we all know that The Last Jedi is a lot better than The Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
Don't we, Toby? Come on, just come round to ours. Come over to the dark side.
Use the
Admit
Force,
it.
Toby.
Yes.
We'll
agree to. Sorry.
Who was going to... I feel like we said this every week, but who was going to do the last film? Was it going to be Ryan
Colin Trevorrow, who now was taken off that, and he's now doing the next Jurassic World.
So whoever... It was either Ryan or his script was accidentally leaked on the internet, and whoever's storyline that was is a lot better than how the last film came out as.
There you go. So it shouldn't have been JJ.
No.
You've proved your
No,
point. You've
but I'm
argued
saying-
against yourself.
I'm saying that if he had done all of the films...
No, let's move on. You've
okay.
argued against yourself.
Okay.
Number 3, Titanic.
It's a brilliant film.
Oh yeah, great film. It's my sister's favourite film, actually.
Thing is, if you go back and watch it now, some of the special effects...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but
ropey.
but you have to remember that it is 1997, or was 1997.
Yeah, but that's still nearly the year 2000. Come on.
Yeah, but it took a long time to get... Even you watch some of the very first Avengers. I saw that the other day. And some of the CGI in that isn't as good. They don't have a bigger budget than either.
Did you like it, though?
Well, Titanic, when it first came out, yeah, I haven't seen it since...
No,
I probably haven't seen it for 20 years.
No.
My Heart Will Go On, tune. Massive
Tune? Really? I'd like to hear 12 Hour Avenue cover that sometime.
Yes. Please.
Well, that's a very, very hard song to sing.
Yeah, but you can change the key.
Oh, okay.
Do your
Well,
own
maybe
version.
a better singer could do it.
Probably, yeah.
Quickly, these last two. Titanic is number 3. Avatar is number 2. A film which kind of people forget about, and yet there are 4 more heading our way over the next 5 years.
I mean, the reason that...
Did anyone ask for that, though?
No.
Sorry?
Did anyone ask for that?
No, and the thing is, you never hear Avatar mentioned when people say their top 10 films of all time. Avatar is never mentioned by anybody, and yet it is the second most successful film ever in the UK.
It's not my top 10 at all, and 2, I just don't remember. I mean, obviously I was much younger when it came out, but I just don't remember there being any hype. I just remember, do you know what, funny, I actually remember the night I went to go and see it. It was for a friend's birthday. And he was like, "Oh, we're going to see Avatar." And I said, "What?"
Do you know what the hype was behind Avatar was 3D and the technology?
It was
that
the
they
3D.
used. Yeah,
It was the only decent 3D film I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because it's all
But I didn't
fake.
particularly like the film. And at number 1, we'll find out in a couple of minutes.
Ooh.
Love music, love talk, love Wycombe Sound.
Welcome back to Monday Movies. Before the break, we did an Italian job and left you on a cliffhanger for the number 1.
Oh, that was good.
What?
I like that.
That
That was
Thank you.
very good.
The number 1 film of the UK box office of all time, which is, Luke?
Avengers Endgame.
Which is better than Infinity War?
Yes.
Thank you. Toby, anything to say on that?
Well, I think I
Disconnected. Connected.
what was the first one called?
Infinity War.
Yeah, the first one then.
Keep
But,
on.
but I remember Luke saying to you, "This is going to make more money than."
Anyway, we've got to move on
Thank you,
now
Toby.
because we've got
Thank you.
people to... Thank you, Toby.
Oh, I have
Thanks.
one question about it.
Yes.
Which is it's a question.
Tell me what you think about me.
Do you remember they were originally going to call them? It was going to be is it Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2?
Yes, it was.
I think they did better not calling it Part 1 and Part 2.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they're thrilled that you think that.
Exactly.
People are resting easy at Marvel tonight.
Yes, they are.
It's hard to think that anything's ever going to overtake that, to be honest.
The next Avengers Endgame film.
I'm not sure. I think I don't think it will. I think that had the hype. I don't think anything else is. I think it'll be a long time, if ever, before anything overtakes that. Unless ticket prices double, of course.
Do you think in our lifetime we'll see anything overtake it?
Probably not mine, Toby. No, maybe yours.
I think if Tony Stark appeared again in a film, I think that would get hype behind it. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
I reckon Avengers will beat itself.
Okay. On that strange euphemism, we'll move on. That is the UK box office top 10 of all time. After the news at 8 o'clock, Colin will be here with Chatsworth, and he's with us now. Hello, Colin.
Thank you very much.
I like the way that
It sounds
trails
like
off.
more
It's like,
people are
"Hey!" How are you, Colin? Hello,
Colin?
Colin.
Oh, have you lost me?
Oh, Colin sounds really deep.
Oh, no, hang on. I know how to solve this.
I'm glad
What's happened to Colin?
I'm glad we're streaming this live on Facebook and YouTube so everyone can hear Colin deep Colin.
Hopefully I'm back now.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Hi, Colin.
Colin
How are
Beasley.
you?
Hooray!
Hey, what happened to you, sir?
You can edit that out afterwards. I'm not.
Colin,
I'm
we're
not
live
sure,
on
to be honest.
Facebook and YouTube. No, we can't.
No, my interface was slightly unfaced.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
His
Okay,
face
anyway,
back
Colin, you were on after the news. What's on the show tonight?
Yes, after 8, we'll be chatting to or hearing from two comedians who I saw at the Banana Cabaret in Balham, which is a fine place to go when it's open for comedy. And they are Laura Lex and Robin Morgan, both of whom are very up-and-coming comedians who've been around for sort of 10 years. Robin Morgan writes for the MASH Report. He does lots of other stuff as well. Laura Lex, you might have seen on Live at the Apollo. And they were both due to be Robin this month, and Laura was on actually last month at Northern Farm Maidenhead, but Robin's show has been cancelled, and Laura's shows, her tour was suspended, I suppose you call it, but she kicked off her tour at Northern Farm and got to speak to her just before it, so we'll hear from both of those this evening.
Very nice.
Excellent. And you'll be playing some good music?
Good music, and also top song just after 8 from Tobi's band, which was the
Hang on.
Hang on a minute.
You said we'll be playing some good music and Toby's song. Are you saying Toby's song isn't good music?
no, definitely included in that, not as well as.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Smooth.
you very much.
Well done.
I really appreciate it.
How ironic that Toby's song is being played on a comedy show. Anyway, Anyway, we look forward to it. Colin, thank you very much. Have a good show.
Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your program.
Cool. So let's do what we've been watching, or as we like to call it,
What we've been watching.
Seamless. Now, it's, do we have the Hallelujah chorus there?
Well, this one.
Thank you. Because Luke's watched the film.
Hey! Woohoo! Up to date
Oh, it's a
and current.
momentous occasion.
Well, I thought we're going to be on live on Facebook and YouTube. That I thought I probably should watch something.
do something special.
Yeah.
So what have you watched, Luke?
I have watched the up to date and current out in cinema. Oh wait, Jumanji.
Not the first.
Not
one.
the first.
Please tell me it's not the Robin Williams one.
No, but I have seen that as well recently.
Okay, good. Right, but you've seen the Rock, the first remake.
The first remake. That's correct.
Tell us what you thought.
I
Oh,
was disappointed.
What?
If I'm honest. You have both given it a massive hype. I'm joking. I absolutely loved it.
Phew!
Ah! No, I absolutely loved it. I thought, this is going to please you. I thought The Rock was brilliant in it. I thought all of them, to be honest, that's a nice picture. To be honest, I thought all of them were brilliant in it. I loved every single minute of it. I laughed. I even got emotional at the end. Yeah, I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
Good. So are you tempted now to spend £5.49 and rent the second one?
Yeah, I am.
And of course,
Very
that is the
tempted.
top-selling film in the UK Home Entertainment chart. Toby, how good is the second one?
Personally, it's not as good as the first one, but I think that's always a hard thing, you know.
Can I just say, for once, Toby is right?
Yeah, I've heard that already. Actually, that it's not as good.
It's although I don't think that should put you off. I definitely still think it's worth a watch, and it's funny because I actually remember the second one being more emotional than the first one.
I thought you were going to plug your own music then, Toby. It's really worth the days. No, I've heard that it's not as good as the second one, but I'm all right with that.
But yeah,
it's still really good.
Yeah.
It's still a lot of fun. There doesn't seem to be as many jokes. There's still like jokes in it, but there isn't as many jokes in it. But I have to say, I do remember the second one being more emotional than the first.
Okay.
And you'll see what I mean when you see it.
Yes, it is because of the age thing. Yeah.
Right.
If you see what we mean. But the first one is about sort of middle age and youth.
Yes.
And the third one is about youth, middle age, and old age.
Right.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
It's I love the first one as well. So it's great.
Nice.
Well,
Good.
Well done for watching something.
Thank you.
Great. Well done.
Thank you. Well done, me.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
No, I did. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. 8 out of 10. Maybe even 9.
Oh, okay. Not okay. Yeah, I'd say a good 9
good
for the
9.
first one.
Yeah.
8 for the second one.
Okay.
I would say. Yeah. Good. Toby, what have you been watching?
Or
What we've been watching.
yes.
To be honest, I've been really bad this week. I haven't actually watched.
What do you mean? Sorry, what do you mean this week?
Ooh.
The only thing I've seen is the last series of Black Mirror, which is 3 episodes.
Oh, is that the one that starts with Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, that's the 3rd episode. So there's an episode with Miley Cyrus where she's playing she's kind of playing herself.
Yeah.
And she's got a manager who is her auntie, and she's very what's the word?
Controlling?
Yes, thank you. Very controlling, but Miley Cyrus's character doesn't want to, she wants to go a different way with her music, and she doesn't want to be, she has like pink hair in it. She doesn't want to do that anymore, and yeah. But it's yes, that's one episode. Then you've got another episode which features Topher Grace, the guy out of That 70s Show, and it's about a standoff. An intern at this company gets taken hostage, and they're in a field. And the whole episode kind of focuses around that. And then the first episode, so there's only the 3 episodes. First episode was my favourite out of the 3, and it's the guy out of Avengers, funny enough, Civil War. He's like Iron Man's right-hand man. What's his name?
Oh, yes.
The guy with the wings.
Yes.
Him,
yes.
He's in it, and it's about a guy who's in a marriage, and they're happy, and then his friend, it's obviously set in the future, and his friend buys him this video game where you plug it in, but it's a virtual reality, so you literally go into the game.
Oh, so a bit like Ready Player One.
Yeah, exactly like that. But they play it together, but one of them falls in love with his friend in the game. It's very confusing.
Right.
But I thought it was a very powerful episode. Like, even though it was a bit weird, I thought it was really good. But so I'm going to watch the other 4 seasons of that.
Can I just say, if you quite like those, you're in for a treat, because season 5 or 4, whichever one you've just watched, is the worst of them all.
Mm.
And it's the most disappointing season.
Well, there you go. So
you're in for a real treat.
Okay.
Can I suggest? recommend. I think it's from season 3. There's an episode called San Junipero,
Okay.
which is the best episode by far, and will have you in floods of tears.
Right. Okay. There's another episode apparently called White Bear or something. Is that an episode? Can you remember?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah.
Okay, so good. Black Mirror, all episodes available on Netflix. But the first 3 seasons were, of course, Channel 4.
Yes.
And then the budget kind of went through the roof once it went to Netflix. So,
Duncan.
yes.
What have you been watching?
Oh, I don't get the jingle.
Duncan.
Yeah.
What we've been watching.
What you've been watching.
I'll give you 3 things. No films this week.
What?
But on Netflix, the Ozarks. If you've not seen it, season 3. Have you seen it, Luke? Toby?
No.
Luke, Toby?
I've seen. I'm on series 2.
Okay, so there's 3 seasons. 3rd season's just dropped. I've just finished the 3rd season. It's kind of Breaking Bad like. It's about a family who have to move to the Ozarks in upper New York, I think it is, because he finds out he's working for a gang boss and a drug runner, and he needs to launder money for him. And it's got very complicated now. It involves building of casinos and all sorts of things. But what makes it worth watching is it's beautifully filmed in the Ozarks. The acting from Jason Bateman and Laura Linney in the 2 lead roles is fantastic.
He's one of my favourite actors, Jason Bateman.
Is he? Yes. He's very sorry. You were dropping in and out there.
Jason Bateman's one of my favourite actors. He does a lot of comedy, so for him to do this, which is quite,
yes,
quite
he's known for comedy, yeah. But this is fantastic. Season 3 ramps up the violence. And the final scene, actually, my other half was sat in the other room working when I watched the final scene, and he said, I knew something was going wrong because you were going, oh my God, oh my God. It's literally...
Oh, that's what I heard the other day.
Your jaw drops to the floor, the final scene of season 3. It's incredible. And it sets up a really interesting season 4, which I believe is going to be the last one. But it's well worth watching. 3 seasons, all on Netflix now. Over on Amazon Prime, there's a series called Goliath, which is just 3 seasons, 8 episodes each. Stars Billy Bob Thornton as a washed-up lawyer who comes out of kind of semi-retirement to work on a case in the first season against his old business partner, played by William Hurt. It's very... run-of-the-mill and procedural kind of thing you would have seen a few years ago on TV, but it's elevated by really good acting. Billy Bob Thornton, William Hurt, Maria Bello, all the acting is really fantastic in it. And I'm just starting the 2nd season now, and it is fairly run-of-the-mill, but it's worth watching for the acting.
Fair enough.
Good stuff.
And finally, and the highlight for me, on Amazon Prime, there's a series called Tales from the Loop, which is kind of science fiction. It's based on some books that were written by Simon Stallenhag, who is a Swedish author who draws pictures of everyday life, and there's a tiny element of science fiction in them. And they've taken these pictures and turned it into an 8-part series. It's very slow. It's all set within this world where the loop is an underground installation, and you're not sure what it does, but it's something to do with space and time. And each story is beautifully told. One of them's directed by Jodie Foster, one by Mark Romanek, who did 1 Hour Photo and a couple of other big films. And it's just incredibly moving stories, and they don't all link together particularly, and they do meander a lot, and it's probably not to all tastes, but I found all 8 episodes really moving, really well made, and well worth watching.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
Tales from the Loop.
If you have to watch one of them,
Okay.
Tales from the Loop,
fair enough. Okay.
because I think it's very cinematic. That really, really good.
Good.
Highly recommended.
Very nice.
Sorry, the very last thing. I can't remember if I
Very
if I
quickly.
watched Tiger King or not.
We'll have to discuss that next week. But
Sure.
yes. Tell you what, let's make sure we all watch Tiger King. I have
Okay.
seen it, so we will watch Tiger King,
I've seen it.
and we will review that next week. We're back at the same time, 7 o'clock. We probably won't be live streaming, but you never know, I suppose.
We
do
might.
you?
Why not?
Why not? Luke, Toby, thank you very much. Colin is up after the
Thank you.
news. The time is approaching 8 o'clock. It's time to go over to the Sky newsroom for the latest national and international news headlines.
Well, that was fun.
Good show. Yeah, it was a bit of fun.
Very nice of Toby to start reviewing something with 10 seconds to go.
I think I might have really like. Yeah.
I think we all have to remember to keep an eye on the clock, so we know when we're going to.
I put a watch on just to do that.
Well, I didn't do that, so that was good. But secondly, I forgot. I couldn't remember if I told you because I think I started it last Monday evening. So that's
it's very exciting. Next week we can review Tiger King.
I shall watch it. I've seen a lot of talk about it.
It's on Netflix now.
It's the and I'm not saying they're related, but it's the new Making a Murderer because that was getting a lot of talk when that came out.
I still haven't seen that.
It's not quite in the same class as Making a Murderer.
No? Oh, okay.
No, Making a Murderer is still the high watermark of Netflix documentaries.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I watched 10 episodes of an hour each, and I watched them in 3 days.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
So I could not stop watching it. It was so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we haven't spoken about, Mr. Davis.
I was going to say hello to all our normal people listening.
Oh, whatever. Hi, Sharona. Hi, Shona.
Hi, Sharona.
Hello.
Hi, Kerry.
G'day.
G'day to you. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Didn't leave us a mark.
And who else?
Dave and Michelle.
David and Michelle,
yeah.
God,
David, Michelle.
Stroppy if he doesn't get called by his proper name, doesn't he?
No, he's only kidding.
Is he now?
He's only horsing around.
Nay.
When Toby and his family say horsing around, they actually mean horses in the garden.
Nay.
Quick game of polo before lunch. Oh, why not? Yes, of course.
Great.
Yeah. What we've been watching, something I didn't mention.
Why not?
We can mention
Why
it
did you
again
mention it?
We can mention it again next week because I know you're watching it, Luke. Is The Mandalorian?
Oh yes, I haven't watched it in a couple of weeks, so I think I'm up to. I can have a look now. I think I'm up to episode 3, but I think there's 6 episodes out now.
Oh yeah, we've only watched 3. I just wondered because I thought you'd watched more. I just wondered if ever the story was going to start. That was all.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
high praise.
That is.
There's no story. I mean, I'm 3 episodes in, and there is no story.
Well, there is. He goes.
What?
He's got about. He goes and gets Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Who isn't actually Yoda, but is the same thing. And now he has them, and he has no family.
Where's this? What? There's no story.
Okay. Well, I've only seen, I think episode. Yeah, I've not seen 4, 5, or 6.
No, nor have I. And it's trying my patience.
Is it?
Yes. I mean, one of the only things keeping me watching it is Werner Herzog, and he's not in it half enough. Right. So.
How many episodes are there?
What in total?
Yes.
I don't know because they're only releasing them one at a time, aren't they? So I don't know. I'd imagine it's about 10.
Do you think?
I would think so. But something better happens soon.
Okay. Threatening.
Because it's trying my patience.
I know we've said this quite a lot recently, but I am very
short.
Yes. Not surprised. I'm
tiresome.
No, I don't know what the
annoying.
word is, but Disney need a pat on the back for how good quality Disney Plus is, picture wise.
Is it? Okay, well, all I've watched is Mandalorian. Right, I haven't watched any films yet. But I think I might watch all of the Disney animations from the start.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Starting with Snow White and working my way through.
It'd be interesting to see what they look like. I wonder if they've had a HD boost. Because I watched, because Simpsons is now owned by Disney, which is something very weird to say. But they've done a new short for Disney Plus. And I've
seen it. No, they haven't done it for Disney Plus. It was...
No, is it not?
It was before Onward at the cinema.
Ah, okay. So but it was the first film as Disney.
Yes, so I have seen that. It's
very good, and it looks the quality looks really, really good. I think the quality looks better than Netflix and Amazon Prime.
It's a Simpsons cartoon.
Yeah, but even like cartoon stuff on Netflix and Amazon Prime,
I mean,
doesn't look as good as Disney Plus.
The Mandalorian looks no better to me than Tales from the Loop and Ozark.
Really? Well, no. I mean, you haven't got 3 years of film and TV.
No, but I have got a 55-inch HD television. Where are you watching all this? On your laptop.
No, on my HD screen here.
So not an actual TV.
No, but it's a HD screen.
Yeah. Okay.
How does it...
So on a small screen.
Well, it's not small. I don't know how big it is, but it's not the size of a laptop. It's bigger than a laptop. You know how big my laptop screen is?
Yes.
It's bigger than that.
Well, no, The Mandalorian looks no better than
Okay.
the stuff I'm watching on Netflix and Amazon. But like you say, I haven't got 4 years of film and TV.
No,
So
no, exactly.
what do I know?
No, exactly.
What do I know?
No.
Tobi is, I think he's gone into a catatonic trance because he just can't be bothered to. He had this expression on his face as if to say, I don't give a shiny what you're talking about.
No, I'm
Nice
listening.
censorship.
I'm just listening.
Okay, good.
He's a listener.
In fact, I would say Tales from the Loop looks better than Mandalorian.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I've not seen it, so I can't judge.
Just saying.
No.
Just saying.
And you're always right, so...
You can't compare because you haven't got
No,
Amazon
this
Plus,
is
so,
true. Amazon Plus.
yeah. Amazon Plus and Disney Prime, they're all the same. Who cares? I'm just so tired. I don't know what day of the week it is.
Thursday.
I don't know if it's day or night or what's going on.
Toby, something that me and Duncan were discussing yesterday, and that is should Duncan cut his hair off? All of it.
I was thinking of shaving it.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be honest,
Because it will grow back by the time I need to leave the house.
well, you might as well just do it then.
Okay, I'll think about that then. I might do it.
And I'm going to dye my hair red.
Yes.
Really?
That's what we were talking about yesterday, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tell you what, I will shave my head if you dye your hair red.
Okay.
Ooh.
You're going to shave your head red?
It already looks a bit red.
It does already look a
to
bit
be
red.
honest. But yeah, I'll shave it if you dye yours red.
Okay.
I was
What's the
gonna
worst
dye
that can
mine
happen?
blonde, but
Yes! Yes, you should dye your hair blonde.
Oh yes, do that. Why
Yes.
don't we all do this for next
Yeah,
week?
Okay. And then one of us will do it and look like an idiot.
well, look, you two keep your promise, and I'm gonna see if they have any hair dye and go from there.
I mean, I've got to get hair dye first.
Oh.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah.
Well, this is fascinating. I'm sure the listeners are absolutely loving this conversation.
Have you got anything else to bring?
No, that's it really.
Yeah.
That's it. So, should we say goodbye?
Bye.
No, let's do it with a little bit of passion. And
Bye!
Not, I didn't say camp. I said passion. There's a huge difference.
Bye.
Right. Yeah. We'll see you next week.
We'll
see you
We'll
next
think of some content because we're running
We'll
out.
think of something. Yeah,
rapidly.
because I mean, honestly, this lockdown needs to finish so that people can carry on making films, and we've got something to watch because it's all getting a little bit
Content.
sparse.
It is getting a little bit
We'll
sparse.
talk about Tiger King next week.
Tiger King next week. So yes, so join us talking about Tiger King.
I tell you what, I'll watch that extra episode.
Okay, I'll watch the extra episode 2.
And I will watch it
Okay.
and possibly Jumanji 2.
Oh, excellent. Good.
Great.
Jumanji 2. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, I think we should do some plugging though, Duncan,
Yeah. 4.
for 12-Hour Avenues. I just wanted to do this because it looks so
okay.
funny. Can you see me?
No, we can't see you now.
No. Yours
There we
works
go.
perfectly.
There we go. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I can't. Annoyingly, I can't get mine on here.
Do you not have it on your computer?
Worth
I hardly
the
ever
days.
use laptop,
No.
so I don't have it saved on here.
No.
So
Worth the days.
Mine just doesn't work. It's very good.
Good.
Go and listen to it.
Yeah, go listen to it. It's all right. It's fine.
yeah,
To finish the show this week, Duncan is going to tell us a little story. Duncan, over to you.
No, now remember how we're going to finish it. We're
Oh,
going to tell
we
a
do-
story
yes.
a word at a time.
We forgot to do this last time.
And whoever F's it up buys the round.
At
which
Christmas.
you won't
No.
get.
So, are we ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Toby, me, Luke, then Toby.
Okay.
There
Once,
Was
a
bunny rabbit
that's 2 words. Who?
lived
under
It just lagged. Sorry. What was the word?
under.
No, the word. What was the word before that?
There was a bunny rabbit who lived under
lived under A.
Big.
Tree.
Then.
One.
Stormy.
Night.
The.
Fox.
Came.
Again.
Past.
The.
Long.
Tree.
And.
Saw.
The.
Big.
Impressive.
Bunny rabbit.
Is this a good story?
Yeah, it's great. Carry on.
No, I don't think it is.
No.
Am I carrying on?
No,
No.
it didn't work.
No.
Yeah.
Toby, no, we're done.
No, we're done.
Yeah.
I think next week we'll have to try, but I think you have to do it quicker.
Yeah, it's got to be
It has to be
snappy.
spontaneous
Yeah.
and snappy.
Yeah.
I'll charge my phone next week. So.
That would be helpful as well.
Yes, to charge phone. I did notice though, as we were doing that, Luke, I think Toby was writing that down as he went along. I
Do you think?
they're the lyrics to the next 12 Hour Avenue song.
The bunny rabbit and the fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wait and see.
Have you been doing any writing, Toby?
No, literally. Me personally, yes, I've written down some stuff, but obviously I haven't been able to jam with Harry or anything.
No.
So. But no, I've written down lyrics, and he said he's written down a few bits and bobs. So
Well, if you need any help, me and Duncan are here as music experts.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
okay.
So
Brilliant.
bear that in
Yeah.
mind. Bear that in mind.
Keep that in.
I'll come up with some lyrics for next week for you for a
Oh,
song.
I can't wait to see those.
good.
Okay. Good. Give me a
Right.
subject. Give me a subject.
Oh,
Well, isolation or
Okay,
Well-
Luke, me and you.
we're gonna write a nice two
Two verses
Okay.
on isolation that 12 Hour Avenue could use in a song
Called isolation.
called Isolation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good. All right then.
Right, that's it for this show. Thank you very much for listening and watching. And
What a mess.
We'll be back next week.
If we're allowed.
Yep.
Now, stay indoors.
Wash your hands.
see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Online, on Radio Player, and on 106.6 FM. This is Wycombe Sound.